Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of JML's English Made Easy. So today you've probably noticed we're going to talk about family. And I chose this topic because sometimes it can be a bit difficult to remember all the words and terms we use when we're talking about our family. And that's why the following scenario sometimes happens in class. So, how was your weekend?
It was good, thank you. I went to the park with my, how do you say that? Sister's son?
Ah, you mean your nephew?
Yes, that's what I was looking for.
Alright, so today we're going to learn or extend the vocabulary that we can use when we talk about our families, and we'll also look at a few grammar points along the way, especially focusing on the use of possessive apostrophes. So let's look at a totally hypothetical family, the Smith family. Here in the middle we have Mark. Mark has a sister named Sarah. Sarah and Mark are siblings. The word sibling is just used for brother or sister. Both Sarah and Mark are married and have their own families. Mark's wife's name is Laura and Sarah's husband's name is Nathan. Here we can use the terms brother and sister-in-law to refer to the husband or wife of our brother or sister. For example, Laura is Sarah's sister-in-law and Mark is Nathan's brother-in-law. So notice after Laura and Mark, we've added an apostrophe S. What this possessive apostrophe does is it shows that somebody owns something or that they are a member of something. This means we avoid saying the husband of my sister, and we can say my sister's husband. We're going to use this a lot in today's episode. It's good to note that even if a first name ends in S, we can still use the same rule. So for example, we have some common first names such as James or Thomas. And if we want to use these names, what we can do is we can add the apostrophe S or simply an apostrophe to show possession. So we've talked about siblings and siblings-in-law. Let's go back a generation and talk about Sarah and Mark's parents. Let's call them Jane and Michael. So Jane and Michael have two children, a son Mark and a daughter Sarah. They also have a son-in-law, Nathan, and a daughter-in-law, Laura. We can see here, just like brother-in-law and sister-in-law, we can also use the terms son-in-law and daughter-in-law. Let's go back one more generation and talk about Michael's parents. Let's call them Frank and Mary. Frank and Mary are therefore Mark and Sarah's grandparents. Talking about family can sometimes get a little bit confusing. I hope you're following everything so far. Let's look at the fourth and final generation of the Smith family. Mark and his wife Laura have two children, a daughter named Isabel and a son named Peter. Sarah and her husband Nathan also have one son named Stephen. Don't forget, when we're talking about more than one child, we say the word children and not childs. Children is an example of an irregular plural noun, the same as woman and women, and mouse and mice. We can also use the words aunt and uncle to describe the relationship between Mark and Sarah and Stephen. For example, Stephen's aunt is Laura and his uncle's Mark. We can also use the term great-grandparents to describe the relationship between Frank and Mary and their great-grandchildren, Isabel, Peter and Stephen. Some other good expressions to note are using the superlative when we talk about the order of children. So we can use the expressions the eldest or oldest and the youngest. So another handy expression is to say on my mother's side of the family or my father's side of the family. Let's use an example from the Smith family. Peter has one cousin on his father's side of the family. So thanks for watching another episode of JML's English Made Easy. Please don't hesitate to give us a thumbs up or leave us a comment in the section down below. And definitely don't forget to subscribe so that you can keep up to date with our latest videos. Don't forget to follow us on our other social media pages such as Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn. Every day we post something new, either a word of the day, an idiomatic expression, or even a quiproquo to make your learning experience even easier. So that's all for today. See you next time. Bye.